an extra day off work. And every Sunday, Pat Sullivan from Sullivan Hardware and Garden gives us great advice for do-it-yourself home improvements. Today, he talks about what you should and should not do around the grill this Labor Day weekend.
Well, it's another holiday weekend. All right, so we're midway through it. But if you haven't gotten hurt yet, well, here's a few tips that are going to help you, because, you know, a lot of times there's grillers that grill all year round, and then there's some guys that are just the holiday guys. You know who you are. So first of all, the most important thing to tell you when you have a gas grill, whether that's propane or whether it's natural gas, when you light it, open the lid. Here, let me repeat that. Open the lid. You never want to open or light a grill. You don't want to turn it on. You hear the little click, click, click down there. And if it doesn't go, that gas is building up on the inside. And when it does ignite, no good things happen. So always have that open. And if it doesn't light in about 5 seconds, turn it off, let the gas clear, and then try it again. All right? And that's whether you're using the igniter or using this and putting it down through. There's usually a little hole in the grills where you can light. So it's so important. The other thing is just cleanliness of your grills. If you look down here, I was watching some guys doing a cookout, and they're just sitting up here and they have a little flame. They're having a good time. Out of the back and bottom of it, the flames are pouring out right on top of the propane gas hose. Not a good idea. That's because nobody ever cleans this. You have to clean this, and if not, this will actually catch on fire, and that can lead to bad things. Now, the tank itself, every once in a while, see how nasty that is. Get in here and spray these joints. Use a little soapy water. Just spray that. If you see some bubbles, then you know you have a gas leak. Very important to take care of this thing. As far as the grill itself, it should be about 36 inches from the wall. If this thing catches on fire, it will literally just melt the siding. Sometimes it'll just melt the siding because you have it too close. So fine, store it against the wall, pull it out. As far as food safety, another big thing, you can get disposable pans. That's not a bad idea, is it? You cannot contaminate. So if you're bringing raw meat out and putting it in here and you're doing this routine, well, then you can't use these again to get the vegetables off. All right? You have to keep everything clean. So make sure that whatever utensils you use for the raw meat, that you do not use those and get those completely away from your cooking surface. That's why these are kind of nice. Put the raw meat in them, get rid of them. All right, very safety. Cleaning the grill, there's so many different things. There's scrub pads now. These get right down in between the grates on them. It is nice. I still prefer the old T-bar like that. That's a nice thing. The problem with these, see how they get so full of gook and stuff? So I don't think they last very long. So I would stick with one of the newer varieties. Thermometer is so important. Even if it's just the basic thermometer, look at that. You can kind of hook it right on your shirt. It says you're a chef. But if you're really into the nerd, you can get the ones you can hang on your belt. Pretty soon, as a matter of fact, I think they already have some that you can actually be alerted on your iPhone. All right. Now, when it comes to charcoal, a few safety things there too. This is something you don't want to do. Now, even though these caps are much better than they used to, the flame can actually follow it right back up into the bottle. So what I would recommend, I wouldn't even use, I don't even like to use fluid. I would use a chimney like this. A chimney you can actually light. This is a Weber chimney, and when you light this, it creates, get this, a chimney effect. So then it's just a couple sheets of newspaper. This will light in about 10-15 minutes. That's your coals to get it started. So not a bad thing there. Skip the fluid altogether. And the last thing, the propane tank. The propane tank weighs 18 pounds empty, 38 pounds full. So that the 20 pounds in between, that is your propane. When you take it and you get it filled, make sure it stays upright in your car. Don't let it roll around, because problems can happen. All right? Go have a great holiday weekend.
All right, lots of folks will be grilling out today. Save me something. We've got some great recipes online from Chef JJ's if you want to check that out. I'm not very good on the grill. I like, though, to hang out by the grill.
I do, too. My husband's in charge of all of that. That always makes me nervous, turning that on. Just like he said, keep the lid open. I'm sure there will be a lot of that going on because we have fantastic weather for grilling out. And it's